करायचा सर.
Hello, I am Kamble sir from HM College Karad. Today I am going to teach the grammar section. Among this one is tense. You know the tense are very important to be learned because many of the questions which came in the question paper depends upon the grammar or answer of the questions. Therefore, we should have to learn. First, today we are going to learn the tense. We know the main tense are three. First one, present tense, past tense, and future tense. These are the main three tense of the English grammar, and subtotal are 12 tenses. Simple present tense, then present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense. Then second, simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense. Then third one, simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, future perfect continuous tense. These are the totally there are 12 tense, and we are going to learn how we can create sentences on these tenses, because tense is very important. We should have to understand it, and we have to write the correct answer in the question paper of the board examination. We take first simple present tense. We take first simple present tense. In a simple present tense, if you see the subject I and you, I and you are the subject. There is no change. We can create something like I or you, right? A later. This is the simple sentence of the present. We can write I and you, these are the subject, and the verb is right. There is no change in the verb right. If we use the another subject like he, say, it, he or she or it, then sentence slightly different. Take when you use he, say, it subject, then the verb sometimes take yes or es. For example, if you sit, write, writes later. If you use the subject he, it, then the verb gets suffix like yes or es. There is no change in the plural form of the subject you, they. We can write you, write. This is a simple present. Then we can see present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. How can write the sentence? You got the subject like I or you. I or you. There is no any change in the sentence. Am writing a letter. There is no change also in the Another subject he, she, it. If you use he, she, or it, we can use the verb is writing a letter. And you take the plural subject you or you, we, they, we use are. They are writing a letter. Then say present perfect tense. We use the sentence of the present perfect tense. And we take the subject I or you. Present perfect, we have to use have. And third form of the verb return. Return a letter. This is the perfect form of the sentence. You have written, the third form of the verb. Suppose you use he, she, it. Subject he, she, or it subject. There is no change. Has written. You have to use has written. If you are the subject he, she, it, you have to instead of have, you have to use has written a letter. Then next, present perfect continuous. How can write a sentence on this tense? Present perfect tense. If you use you, I and you subject, then you have to use have plus been. Have plus been writing. This is the present perfect continuous tense. Same from the verb like subject, you, he, she, it. There is no change. He, she, it have been writing a letter. This is the first tense you are seeing: simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. Then see the next tense, simple past tense. Suppose you take an example of simple past tense. Simple past tense. Suppose we use I or you subject wrote. The past form of the right is wrote a letter. Or he, she, no change in the subject. He, she, it wrote a letter. Simple past. Then past continuous tense. Then see the example of past continuous tense. Past continuous tense. See the example, how can we create the sentences. First one, suppose I take I, continuous tense I, past form was writing, continuous tense writing a letter. Suppose you take the subject like he, she, it was writing. writing a letter. Then next, past perfect tense. See the example of past perfect tense. Past perfect tense. See the example, how can create the sentence on it. Suppose you take I subject or you subject, you. Then the perfect form of have to had. You can use the past form of it. Had written. Had written a letter. If you take the subject like he or she or it, there is no change. Had written a letter. Then see the next example of past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. You can create the sentence. If you take the subject I or you, had been, you have to use only been after the had been writing, had been writing a letter. If you take the subject like he, see it, subject like he, she or it, had been writing, had been writing a letter. This is completed. Then the next tense is simple future tense. The next tense is a simple future tense. Simple future tense. See, suppose you take I, then you can use shall. I shall write a letter. If you take you as a subject, then instead of shall we have to use will. You will write the letter. Right? You will write a letter. If you use the subject like he, see it, if you use the subject like he, she or it, you write will write a letter. Then future continuous tense. Future continuous tense. Future continuous tense. You can create the sentence structure like this. I shall, you have to only add be after the shall. Suppose you take the subject I, after I you have to write shall. shall only, and you have to be in the continuous tense. Shall be writing. Shall be writing a novel. Then you take you as a subject. You will, instead of shall you have to use after you will. You will be writing a novel. Suppose you take a he, she, it. Suppose you take a subject he, she, or it. You have to write will be writing. Will be writing a novel. Will be writing a novel. Then next, future perfect tense. Future perfect tense. Future tense. Future perfect tense. If you take first future perfect as the first sentence. Suppose you use I as a subject. I shall. You have to add only have in the perfect tense. Have written. Written a, suppose, book. Then if you use the you as a subject, you have to use will. You will have. You will have written. Written a book. If you use subject as a he, she, it. Subject he, she, it. You have to use will have. Will have written. Will have written a novel. Will have written a novel. Then last one is the future perfect tense. Future perfect tense. Last is future perfect continuous. Continuous tense. Now how can we create the sentence on it? See it. I shall have been. First, suppose you take the subject as I shall. I shall have been. I shall have been writing. I shall have been writing a book. Suppose you take you as a subject. You will have been. You will have been writing. You have to be writing a book. Suppose you use the subject as he, she, it. He, she, or it. How the sentence is made? Will have been. Will have. We have been writing a book. Now see some formula. How can we create the sentence on this tense? Suppose take the present tense. Suppose you take the present tense. present tense. Tense. Simple present tense. You can see the formula. You can see the formula like subject plus be verb plus o is the object or complement. This is the formula they have given. Suppose they have given one sentence. Subject. You take a subject like I is the subject. Watch is the verb. Watch and object. What you watch? TV. Object is a TV. This is the sentence pattern. Now see the next sentence. She goes to school. She goes to school. This is the subject, this is the verb and object. She is the subject, goes is the verb, very good, the school is the object. This is the formula of the given of the present tense. See some sentence about it to show the present habit. How can we show the present habit in the present tense? Suppose I always take my coffee without sugar. Ankita gets up at 5 o'clock every day. My brother often goes to see the English film. Suppose to say some scientific fact in the present tense, we can say water boils at 100 centigrade. Second sentence, the sun rises at the east. In the fact in the present tense, the evening sun casts a long shadow. Suppose to show recent work, what you recently worked on in the present tense. My brother works in a bank. Express buses don't stop at the place. Vegetables came from the villages. Now see the present continuous tense formula. Present continuous tense formula. Subject. First is given subject. To be formed. You have to write to be formed. Then verb. You have to add verb ing. Then plus object or complement. Suppose we take the subject. Subject is I. Then to be I. Then what is the to be form? Reading. Reading is a to be form. Sorry. Am is the to be form. This is the am. Then verb reading and object. Object is book. What he is reading? A book. I am reading the book. This is the formula of the present continuous tense. Suppose the next sentence. She is cooking in the kitchen. She is cooking in the kitchen. She is the subject. Is the verb. He is cooking the verb, and what is done is the kitchen is the object. Now see the present perfect continuous sentence formula of this present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. See the formula of this sentence. First subject, then we have to use have, then past participle, third form of the verb, and then plus we have to add object or complement. Now see the sentence. Subject is a Raju. Suppose Raju has. Raju has. Then third form of the verb, read. Third form, read a novel. What he read? A novel. This is the object.